Hello and welcome to a 16-bit Rivals quick discussion. Today, as alluded to before, there was a Zelda Direct, I think we can call it, can't we?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we can.
Zelda Direct with roughly 10 minutes of gameplay. So
Yeah,
we're here to give our quick thoughts on it. And I believe you can see the gameplay in the above us. Yep.
we can.
This is going to be playing while we have a quick discussion. And myself, I'm a huge Zelda fan, and this is probably my most anticipated game of the last 20 years, which is showing my age. That's how excited I am about this game. What about you, Ridges?
Yeah, I'm really looking
Mm,
forward to it. Even more so now after seeing
mm,
the gameplay trailer.
mm,
Um,
mm.
you know, I wasn't expecting massive changes to a game that was near perfect as perfect can be. Um, but yeah, they've added some cool skills. And I can't wait to meddle around and try and figure out things and make new stuff. It just looks cool.
It looks insane. I
Yeah.
think they've got a knack for not showing a lot, but in that showing a lot. I know that doesn't make sense, but they didn't show much of the game or any locations. They showed some new abilities. I can't imagine that's all the abilities, but just the ramifications from those abilities, like the rewind you will be
Yeah.
seeing.
They're just doing
It's
it now.
yeah, it's difficult to if you look at the original Breath of the Wild and how people are still discovering how
Yeah.
to create things, and then it's just like they've gone, well, you messed with our game. Why don't we mess with our game?
Yeah.
And then now, in turn, people are going to go, you messed with your game. Why don't we mess even more with your game? So it's going to be really interesting to see what people
Yeah.
discover and
The
create. And
recall. I mean, I don't know how much of a recall you can do
mm,
because, like, for instance, with the rock falling, it stops sort of still midair. So if it's fallen off something, I'm not quite sure what it's fallen off because you don't see where it goes to.
yeah,
Um,
so
I
I
love.
think you can stop it
Yeah.
wherever. So it might be they've stopped it there,
Yeah.
but if it carried on going up to wherever it came
hmm
from.
I love that the dragons are back in it because you saw the glimpse of the dragon in the
Yeah,
background as he was ascending to
yeah.
the lands in the sky.
And as I said in the video before, there's going to be a lot of the previous Breath of the Wild. You can see some of the locations, like the big Twin Peaks, for example.
Yeah,
They showed them quite prominently in this gameplay demo now, which I think is going to be both a negative and a positive for some reviewers.
I
But
think it's nice to have some familiarity with a
mm,
game that obviously for the first time it took a long time to
mm,
explore it and get round. I think having the familiarization of the map and the landscape potentially with the changes that they've made. I think it helps a little bit if you're trying to explore and find certain things, and it depends on what sort of take they do with the
yeah,
game really at the end of the day.
it
But
I think it also depends on how much is new, how big are these sky islands, and we saw a couple of them,
yeah,
and they were quite a couple of them looked really big,
yeah, some of
really
them,
big, and this
yeah,
seems to be like it does look like there's almost as much sky as
yeah,
there is
yeah.
land, which would be incredible,
What
really.
did you think about the fuse ability? We're just seeing that now on the screen. I
That's it.
thought,
So the fusibility, this is what I was saying. So with people messing around with things, I think this is a really cool
Mm,
idea. So I figured, let me get my words out, that there'd be a fuse type ability from the trailers. We kind of knew you'd be able to make vehicles, so that's not new information. But the melding of all the weapons and stuff like that's completely new, and it's just an added like, how much fun can we play in this sandbox?
yeah.
What can we do? What can we create? It just invites,
hmm
it just invites,
Yeah.
experimentation
Well, I
and.
like this. As you can just see now, where they've put
Mm,
the long stick with the rake, and they've given
yeah,
yourself a ranged weapon. So if enemies that give massive damage, that gives you that
Yep.
ability to have a reach advantage on them. It just looks really good. Having the ability to add arrows as well is cool because you haven't got to keep building fire arrows, shock arrows, ice
Yeah.
arrows.
Yeah.
It just
I
looks
think
really good.
it does look really good, and I think they didn't give any story away.
No.
So they didn't give any story away, but you can imagine with the rewind ability and some of the thing and the fuse ability, and the fact that we've seen a broken Master Sword, I feel like that's going to be central to the story. Like maybe rewinding the Master Sword back into perfect condition, or melding it with. So maybe you have to find pieces of the Master Sword, and some magic power to make it. Once you've fused it, to turn it back into like full power Master Sword. I can see that being one of the key branches in the gameplay and then storyline. But they didn't give a lot away, did they? They did not give a lot away.
Not at all. I like the, like I say, we can see now the mushroom on the shield to like make it smoke so you can get away and give you the advantage to sneak up behind an enemy and do a one strike, knockout as such. It looks quite good. Like you say, we're not seeing the Master Sword and we're not seeing the Master Shield in this game at the moment. In the gameplay, we're not seeing it. They're just using general weapons. So whether we have to go and get the Master Sword again, who knows?
I'm sure we probably will. But you see, this is with the lack of information, it just invites even more questions. You've got obviously like a prehistoric Link with the long shaggy hair and the the shaggy clothes, and he almost feels like, I don't know. He's gone back. He's gone forward in time. Gone back in time. Will there be time travel elements? Obviously, with the rewind feature, they are playing with time.
Yep.
There's so many sort of implications. The durability as well. Things we know that he's returning, but that was a big talking point with the original game. Some people hated it. Some people really liked it. I fell in the camp of I liked it because it made me experiment more with weapons.
So just looking at ULTRAHAND here now, which looks quite cool. So you can detach the fuse stuff. This making these vehicles with the fans and stuff is really, really cool. The fact that they made like a speedboat, and then we see them making other things like to get up into the into the sky and stuff like that. They've got like planes and tanks, and it looks incredible.
It does look amazing, and I just think it's going to be it's just going to be really good fun just messing around with it. And people like messed around with the enemies. I loved in Breath of the Wild moments like throwing your metal weapon during the thunderstorm, and then the enemies picked it up and then got shocked. And there's just moments like that you can see in this game. There's going to be so many of these moments.
One of my favorite things I ever did in that game was a bit similar to what you're saying with the lightning storm, but I had lots of weapons and I kind of led a trail of them to a base. I was sneaking around and it was like the thunderstorm, and then just left it, and then the lightning hit them and then like blew them all up because there was all the explosive barrels and everything. And it was one of my I was like, this is ultimate.
And and I think anybody who's played Breath of the Wild for any amount of time can have a story of just a moment where it's just totally unexpected, just a little bit of experimentation, just the physics engine and the elements is just lends itself. And obviously people are doing the wind bombing and they've discovered numerous things. People were making their own vehicles with Breath of the Wild with the with the features, with the it's just
the hit feature, wasn't it? They get on it and just like do that hit feature, jump on it and bomb yourself up into the air.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then they were just figuring out how to levitate.
I like this ceiling move that they've introduced, and the fact that you can use it to go through mountains if there's a cave underneath. The ascend, as they've called it.
That's another interesting one, and you can see they've obviously
They're all
thought about.
they're all green in ability, though, aren't they, as well? Which is interesting because the Shikasei, most of them were blue, weren't they? Had the blue bomb.
Yeah.
You know, will they come back? We don't know. They haven't shown them. They sort of said, you know, we've got some new abilities. They didn't say the old ones are going to be there. The bomb was quite useful. Used them quite a lot. You know, we had that. We had the ice one, didn't we, to freeze the water and raise it up.
I think we've still
really
got
like the slow down one was good. The one where you can hit it a few times, and I still think that's one of the best ones.
I expect they will return. I know in some of the trailers, I think the magnesis was shown in the They pulled something out of the water with the magnesis, so I'm assuming that's going to return. I don't think we've seen them all in any of the trailers, but it's coming soon. And obviously, without spoiler, I don't think we've got to the end of the video yet. But the Switch OLED has just been shown, and
well, do you know what? Go to that now if you like. We can.
You can let it run. It's up to you. But the Switch OLED is getting released in April, the end of April, and these basically follow the leaked Switch OLED that we saw pictures of.
Well, we said, didn't we? We talked about it. I don't know if we did a video, but we said if the logo that they released, there was that little logo on the Joy-Con. If that was shown in one of the trailers, then it was pretty much guaranteed it was going to be legit. And we saw that, and we were like, this has got to be legit. And they've waited so long to announce it. Like, it's been released months and months ago, but finally, it is available to pre-order today.
It is available to pre-order today, and I've pre-ordered mine. I will be getting one, and you can actually see unboxing videos already because they've sent some out. So if you search it up, you'll be able to see some people already.
We've just got it on the screen now, paused, so you can see it there for yourself. So it is very nice. I quite like the Pro controller as well.
Yeah, I love the case as well. Everything they showed, I really like.
But I think the white and gold goes really well. So the OLED, the original OLED case is just standard. The Pokemon one, which I've got, they've kind of given it a bit of a glassy front, which I assume this is going to have as well. And it's kind of like a plasticky see-through glass, and then that print is sort of printed onto it, and it's glued to I assume it's glued to the case. The rest of it is exactly the same as the normal OLED case, but I like the gold Joy-Cons. They are very, very nice indeed. It just looks nice, and I love that how the swirls link in to the actual. So when it's docked,
it's more beautiful. I don't know. It is more beautiful. I saw the leaks, and they were very accurate. When I was seeing the pictures of it, I was actually disappointed, and I was like, I'm gonna probably end up buying this and not liking the look of it. When they did the little sort of pan around, and you saw it like properly in, I was suddenly switched from not liking it to loving it. And I know it's weird to say that, but in the pictures, didn't seem to do it justice. And I hope that when I get it in my hands, I love it even more.
A full 2 weeks earlier as well.
Yeah. 2 weeks earlier. They do these type of things.
It's so stupid. They should just release it with a game. They used to do it with the game as well. I just think that would have been the thing for doing it. But they're always 2 weeks early, which is just a bit of an odd one, really. But hey ho, it is what it is. But I think the last one I saw that came with a game was Mario Odyssey. When that came out, they released a red control, double red Joy-Cons, and then the Mario Odyssey was a code.
I mean, they've done a few bundles like that now. But,
I mean, it came included in the box. I think they should just do it. They should have just done it.
But that's the thing. So, but I think it looks good, and everything they've shown looks good. I really love the Link amiibo. I love the case. I love the Pro controller, and I love the system, and I love the gameplay. And it's not a surprise because I'm a huge Zelda fan, and this was a lot for me. I didn't need 10 minutes of gameplay to decide to buy it. I just like being part of the conversation, which is why I watched
Yep.
watched the gameplay, and I'm glad it feels like they're still pulling back. There still feels like there's so much to say about this game, and there's just so many questions we could talk hours and hours just on
I think
theories and
next month in April, when we're in April on the weekend. I expect to have at least 2 more trailers. I think they'll go into a little bit more. They said, we can't. If we showed you more, we wouldn't be here in 10 minutes. I think they will show more. They might release little bits just to give everyone a bit of a taste of everything
I
else.
feel like I'm going to disagree with you on this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, not completely. I feel like we will get one more trailer around the time of the OLED.
Yeah.
That's it. A trailer, not a direct or anything. Just another trailer.
Oh yeah, I'm not
And
saying
then-
it's a direct. I think we will get 2 more new bits released. Whether it's just like a trailer, and then they're like maybe they're releasing some more amiibos. There'll be a few there'll be something gameplay wise, and probably something else to do with the story.
Yeah, I expect one more trailer, and then the next thing we'll hear will be on release date, which will be like the release date trailer. I expect one more check-in from the team just to give that OLED just one last push, and to just say here's just a quick 2-minute trailer, maybe a story trailer, maybe to get hyped for the release a couple of weeks before, lining up with say the OLED, and then just nothing up until the release, where obviously they always do a release date trailer, and it might just be rehashed footage from the other trailers, because at that point people have already bought it and got it into their hands, so it's all kind of redundant from there. Well, not redundant, but you know what I mean. It's really exciting that it's coming up so soon.
So the Switch is available for $319.99. It is available to pre-order now. There was 27,000 people in a queue on the Nintendo website earlier when I checked, but game were pretty quick to get through to. I did have a look. I believe that's where you went and pre-ordered yours from, Floyd?
Yes, it is. Actually, what's funny is people were on the Nintendo website on the link for the game, not for the actual. There was 27,000 people waiting in line for the game, which you could buy anywhere quite easily. So everybody was just rushing to get this pre-ordered, but it is available now. And as you can probably hear, we're very, very excited about this. And you will get thoughts from us, more thoughts closer to the time. We've got a podcast out this weekend. And then we are going to I-70 into Birmingham.
Over the Easter weekend, yes.
Yeah, Easter weekend. So there's content coming from us. Expect more discussion about Zelda and about gaming. And yeah, thank you for listening.
We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Ciao.